flat, it looks like it's easy, but once that flag gets on the left side, this is when the hole becomes a little bit more difficult. It's very easy to take this hole for granted. Very hard to hit it close, though. Should be safely on deck.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man.
This is for his birdie. That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive.
And Frank, the Open Championship coming back to the home of golf this summer.
Yeah, and remember, too, the last time it was here, Louis Oosthuizen at the 9th hole, he had no problem driving this par 4. So let's see if you can do the same. If you can carry that last bunker down there, there's every chance that your tee shot can run onto this very flat green.
This could be a good one.
Frank, it hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he's thinking on that.
Let's see what the dominant #1 player can do. Rory McIlroy now on the approach shot. Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. That's birdie, and that's just another example of how everything seems to be clicking today, especially on the greens.
Yeah, good green reading, too. You've got to take your hat off to that. The line has been perfect, and the pace has matched it.
Well, they claim it's a reachable par 4. We haven't seen a whole lot of people do it today. We just saw it right there. Well done.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Well, that's not the way you wanted to start out the backside here.
Yeah, you can't afford from inside 10 feet. It just, you feel like you have to make those, and I mean, they really sting when they miss.
Down to the par 3 11th, and Frank, what's the key here?
Well, this green is slightly elevated, huge false front, sort of left and right of that Strath bunker. And of course, that bunker on the hill, or should I say that bunker on the left, is called Hill. That's the famous bunker where Bobby Jones couldn't get out of it many years ago and actually ripped up his scorecard. So a good tee shot here, just find that right level where the flag is.
Early part of this back 9 and a good approach shot. Now we'll have this for birdie. Well, this would be nice. A 4th consecutive birdie. Heating up.
I'm running out of fingers.
Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it's going to hurt the course.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall.
Now at the 12th, and Frank, when you put the peg in the ground here, are you licking your chops?
Well, you are, unless you're playing into a head breeze, because if you are playing a head breeze, then you've got to worry about the 4 bunkers that are in the middle of this fairway. A touch of help, or if you're a long hitter, then all you've got to do is worry about that little pot bunker just short of this green. There is gorse left and right.
Crucial eagle attempt on the way. so close.
And yet it still counts for another shot.
Looks like he just misread that. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. You may have lost track at home, but we're keeping count, and that is 9 under for the day. Here at the par 4 13th hole at the old course, Frank, what's the best play, power, or do you go with precision?
Well, you'd like a nice mixture of both there, Rich. If you can take those coffins out of play, that's the name for those series of bunkers sort of down the middle, then obviously you've got a much shorter shot coming in, and then you've got a chance to actually have a full view of this green.
So that sets up a tougher second shot, missing the fairway with the drive, now in the rough. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance really for birdie, but really it was a rather poor approach shot.
This is a cross-country special. It's a good-looking putt right here. He might like it. Oh, he's gonna love it.
How far was that? That was miles away.
Frank, what are we looking at here at the big par 5 14th?
Out of bounds on the right, and those little series of pop bunkers called the birdies. Now, if you get in trouble here, you can bail out with your second shot down the left, which is the 4th fairway. That's one other option of playing this par 5. But a good tee shot, and you can certainly go at this for 2.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Really good drive here, about 320 yards and straight. They actually have a few courses at the home of golf, St. Andrews, and one is called the New Course. That's 100 years old, the New Course. So imagine how old the old course is if the new one is a century old. Frank, that is how it's done.
Yeah, take a gross of those. That is a lesson in itself.
And now a chance for eagle. He can really get red hot with a putter. Let's see what McIlroy does. Oh, yes, that's an eagle. Frank, the 15th here at the old course, just a classic example of links golf, where you might be aiming for something that isn't even on the golf course.
Exactly. There's a nice line there in between the two humps that you can see in front of you off the tee. If you keep looking down, you'll see the church steeple. That's the perfect line for the tee shot. Got to be careful with the second shot coming up. You see the 16th tee and out of bounds to the right of this green, and that little pop bunker that protects the front.
Nice long tee shot there and a good lie, Frank. Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Ooh, that hurts.
Just a fraction too aggressive. Remember, line and speed go together.
Sometimes you want that birdie so badly, and all of a sudden you're faced with a lot of work, more work than you had hoped for, just to make the par. Building something very special at 12 under par. Frank, the 16th hole, famous for the principal's nose, and I can't help but think of Mrs. Hartman from 4th grade.
Well, I don't know.
She didn't like us.
I don't know how Mrs. Hartman would have played this hole, but she would have been wary of the out of bounds on the right. And that's why the general consensus is you not only avoid the principal's nose, but you hit the tee shot a little bit further left. It might lengthen the hole, but it is certainly the more prudent strategy.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second. See if you can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. I mean, this is just an incredible round of golf. That is an 8th birdie on the card. Frank, this is sort of bizarre. You're standing on the tee at the road hole, one of the most famous par 4s in the sport, and you're aiming for a hotel?
Well, you're aiming over a series of letters that say the Old Course Hotel. If you can hit it exactly over that U, then you will be in the right place, which hopefully is down the middle of the fairway. You avoid that heather on the left. That bunker up ahead, the road hole bunker, remember David Duval? He got stuck in there. Years ago, Tommy Nakajima, he could hardly ever get that ball out, and in the end succumbed, I think, to double figures. So the hole has more than one way to trap you, so stay away from the road in the road hole.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try.
Needs a pair of binoculars to see the hole. That was not a very good read right there.
This one just requires a little bit of focus.
That's just a poor putt right there. No other way to say it. And a drop shot, a bogey at 17.
It's no snack, though.
That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
So they'll tap in.
11 under on the day.
Frank, is there a more famous landmark in the sport than the tiny Swoken Bridge?
I think when you think of this game, the way in which we've followed it and covered it, Rich, over the last decade plus, no. It is just symbolic, not just with this golf course, but the game of golf itself, because every great champion has managed to make his foray across to Scotland and play the old course and walk across that bridge.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. No, not going to be too happy with that one. Nothing wrong with that par putt. Frank, a lot to like in this performance today.
Oh, it is. There's so many positives to take out of this round. Not just the possibility to win this week, but going forward, this is great golf that you would hold up against anybody right now.